Good morning, cyber friend. This is Mitty Man. Coming at you again from Walk Studio back here, Studio B. And we want to say we want to give God all the praise and honor, give him all the glory. We thank him for life, health, and strength. And we thank him for as well as it is. And we thank him for each and every one of you, cyber friends. You already know who you are. We also think that, matter of fact, I want to say right up front that I did get a chance to send one of my other inner circle friends I told y'all about on last evening, Sister Lena. And I did get her a message. She did get the message and everything. So I got a scheduled meeting that we were gonna hook up together on perhaps on tomorrow night, and we'll do a little discussion on. So I'll be glad to hear from Sister Lena as well. So we just want to say we thank God for that. We thank God for real people. In other words, people that you can have things in common with, and that you can talk about things, and maybe we glean from each other. We get ideas from each other. Like I said, Sister Lena is another keyboard player, and I mean an outstanding keyboard player, and a lot of times through us just talking back and forth on Messenger, I pick up things from her, and she don't even realize I be done picked up these things, but I know music to a degree, and therefore when she is talking about the bands she used to play in and different things that she talk about, and musicianship, I know exactly what she's talking about, and then I employ that to my musicianship and my learning, and I learn even more. So we just saying we thank God for that. And as y'all see in my title of my video this morning, it says I've talked about this here a few times, but the Apostle Paul, told us in his letter to the different various churches and the people of those churches. He said that we see to it that we mind our own affairs. Yeah, that's what he said. He said, see to it that we mind our own affairs. In other words, the Apostle Paul was telling us that it is not a suggestion that we do that. That was a command that we do that. In other words, I got it worded different, but it means the same thing. Mind your own business. And the Apostle Paul started out, in matter of fact, Apostle Paul started out persecuting the church. Matter of fact, Apostle Paul was standing right there when they stoned Stephen to death. Apostle Paul was standing right there. Matter of fact, he was consenting to it. Apostle Paul was a Pharisee among Pharisees, and he was getting letters from the priests of the temple to go around and hunt down Christians, those that had been taught the teachings of Jesus Christ. And he was all Paul wanted to know was where were you located, and he would come get you. That was our Apostle Paul. This is the one that wrote over 2/3 of the New Testament after Jesus got a hold to him. Matter of fact, my brothers and sisters, Jesus need to get a hold to a lot of us. And when Jesus have gotten a hold to a lot of us, because there will be a certain change. Now we know that the Apostle Paul was on his way to Damascus to capture Christians when Jesus confronted him on the road headed that way. Jesus confronted him, and the bright light knocked him off his beast and told him what he must do. Jesus told him to get up and to go on into the city, and there he'll meet a man will come looking for him by the name of Ananias, and he would tell him what he must do and how much he must suffer for the gospel's sake. And those of you that know the story know that the Apostle Paul, with the men that he was riding with, they carried him on down to Damascus, and they put him inside this individual's household, and lo and behold, God gave Ananias the vision and told Ananias what to do. And he told him to go to the street called Straight, and he would find a man there by the name of Saul. That was the Apostle Paul's name before he had a name change. So what I say, my brothers and sisters, in the light of this being Tuesday, and my I have my own personal Bible study on Tuesday night. Y'all know it, on Blog Talk Radio at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we look forward to doing that every week. I mind you that I used to do it twice a week, but I thought that was a little bit of overkill, because really and truly, my brothers and sisters, there was not many people that was I had coming into the Bible study at that particular time. Not even right now, I don't have no whole lot of people that comes in on the Bible study, because number one, people are not really interested in nothing concerning the Bible. Not a lot of us. Now, it ain't everybody, but a lot of us, we are not worried about things of the Bible. Now, the thing about that, the way we must look at that, you don't expect people that are not in the fold. You don't expect sinners to want to know, because they can't. In other words, they are outside of the common welfare. They haven't been born again. So they are just doing what comes naturally. Don't beat up the sinner. Don't beat them up, because they just doing what come natural. Because we all was once a sinner, and we did exactly what sinners do. I know I did. I sinned until I couldn't know how to sin no more. And I'm quite sure you did it too. But now, after we were born again, then we cut back. And you hear what I said now? We cut back. Because some of us, we are yet, present company included, we are yet not got there. We ain't none of us made it now. So in other words, we are just one step away from going back and doing some of the same things that we used to do. We just one step away from that. So therefore, we can't get besides ourselves. We can't get too big-headed. We can't get too big-britched to think now that we done got so much in God that we can't do wrong, because you lie and the truth ain't in you. But nevertheless, we are supposed to walk peaceably with our brother man and with our fellow man. And those that are outside the common welfare, the sinner man, we don't supposed to talk about the sinner man. They are doing what comes natural. But what we should be doing is letting our light shine in front of them, that they may ask us, why is it that we have the hope that is within? My brothers and sisters, this here Tuesday, I get really excited on Tuesday than I do any other day of the week, except for Sundays, when I knew that I have to go out to the house of prayer. And those 2 times I know I'm going to be dealing with the Word of God. And believe it or not, that Word won't only cut what it hit, but it'll cut back. A lot of time, and like I said, I probably mentioned this in my Bible study tonight. A lot of time, a lot of the teaching I've ever done, some of the best teaching that I've ever done, some of the best Bible studies I ever given, I wasn't talking to nobody but me. Because, see, I know where I've been. And I don't try to act like I ain't never done nothing, because that's a lie. And see, God knows. See, I'm more concerned, man, I'm more concerned about what God know about me than what you think about me. Because, see, I know what kind of mess I was. I was a big mess. And if God saved me, then he can save you and anybody else. Because wasn't nobody no bigger mess than me. So I don't go and try to act like everybody else got the worst shortcoming, and I don't forget about where I used to be. I don't forget about the time when I was in the liquor house. Amen. I don't start talking about a person that drinking and drinking their gin and juice. I used to drink all of it. I mean, all I wanted to know was where I could get it from, and I was there. So I'm not going to sit here and try to act like that I don't know what gin and juice is. Amen. I ain't going to try to sit here and act like I don't know what the club is and messing around out there in the street, running around up and down the road, trying to do this and trying to do that, doing just the thing that I knew better. I knew better than to do it, but yet and still, I done it out of rebellion. Out of rebellion, I done it. So therefore, I had a double take of wrong, because I knew better. The people, most of the time, the people, the sinner man out there and the sinner woman out there, they don't really know the truth. No one have ever taught them anything. So they doing what come natural. So what we must do as saints of God and Christian, if you call yourself one, is not to judge them and then put them down, but just let them know that there is a better way. There is a better way. So that's how come I said that is the business that we should be attending to on a daily basis. Cause I tell people all the time, my brothers and sisters, the one of the fruit of the spirit is self-control. You and I mean that you cannot control no one but yourself. Cause I tell people, choir members, matter of fact, I got choir members, president of the choir and everything, we talk. And I tell them all the time that we can only ask people to come to choir rehearsal. We can only ask them to come. We can only ask them to do such and such. We can't make them do anything because they're grown. They got a free will. But we do ask. But now it is up to them whether or not they want to do it or not. That's how come I said it's called self-control. And once we understand that, we're going to learn how to get along with a lot of people. Once we understand that we cannot control them, but we can only control ourselves. In other words, I already know what it's like to be drunk with wine. I know what it's like to be drunk with whiskey and beer. I already know how that. Don't nobody have to tell me anything about that. Therefore, when I see somebody else is walking in that same path I went through, I can tell them that there is a better way. Why? Because I was once there and I was delivered. And see, let me tell you something, my brothers and sisters, and then I'm going to get on off this thing. What make you think that if you was in the street, you were doing everything under the sun just like everybody else was doing? But if God delivered you, what make you think that he can't deliver somebody else? But instead of realizing that, we get to making comparisons. And get to talking about what I don't do no more. I stopped there. You didn't stop nothing. God stopped you from doing it. Because if it was left to us, we would still be in our mess right now. It was God that changed you through the power of the Holy Ghost. And if it had not been for that, you'd still be running the street. I would still be running the street. We would still be drinking and falling out in the gutter, just like all the rest of them. So we must understand that principle. That it is what we need to do. If we need to do the business that Jesus gave us, what he commissioned us to do is to teach all men, all things, whatever he have taught us. That is our business, and that's the business that we should mind. With that being said, this middleman saying whatever you get into. If God ain't in it, please, ma'am, please, sir, come on out of it. Because it's going to come to nothing. Till the next video, next Bible study, whichever comes first. With the Bible study tonight, I will be teaching at my home church on the telephone there. I'll be doing it at 7. And I'll be doing it at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my regular Bible study, one that I've been doing for over 12 years. We will be see y'all hopefully at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on tonight on Blog Talk Radio. And we're going to say, God bless you and may God keep you is my prayer. Until then, we saying good day.